You're gonna have more cookies if you want. Hey, everybody! Welcome to the 72-hour film competition.
Fourth annual.
Yep. Our fourth annual. I'm Tim Allen, Grant Richards, of course. Big Cash, right? This is Big Cash. That's Johnny DeBoss and Big Cash. That'll be my nickname. I get to be Big Cash.
I'm DeBoss.
You're DeBoss. I'm Big Cash. Okay. Of course, we are going to just give a little more time for people to show up as the Zoom meeting and the announcement meeting is not mandatory. So if you're watching this, it's because we recorded it and uploaded it. The point of being here is you get the information as soon as possible. And of course, in this 72-hour film competition, starting at 6 p.m. tonight, the competition's starting and we're going until 6 p.m.
on Monday.
So that means you have 72 hours to write, shoot, edit, and most important, this is where people trip up, submit your project. So take in consideration exporting. How much time you're going to edit, put in all this work, and then miss the deadline by 10 seconds because you didn't take in your exporting time.
Way to go, Grady.
Just we'll monitor the chat as well. We got a large group of people. We're excited to talk to one of all and all. Now, a couple of the rules that we want to go over. Of course, Grant and Grant's equipment, and we're not accessible in the sense that you can't use our stuff. We're not doing any special treatment. You're not using any of our stuff. Can you message us and ask questions? Yes, you can text Grant and I and we'll answer questions. But we're not giving any advantages, no tips or tricks, because ultimately, once we give you the three information, we know as much as you do. There's
three elements.
The three elements, which is a prop, a line of dialogue, and a character name. Now, I had some questions. Genres. You could do any genre you want. We don't have a genre requirement, so you can do anything that you want. It could be a music video. It could be stop motion. It could be animation. It could be a drama. It could,
Western film noir, rom-com,
comedies. If we look at the three winners, we've had a drama win. We've had two comedies win, right in the past. Not that that matters, but Garlic Boy was for sure a comedy. Number two,
Pizza Delivery.
Oh, it's not delivery. Was a comedy.
Comedy,
and then Good Music Live was more kind of a psychological drama.
Yeah.
So could be anything. We are excited for cool, fun stuff.
Now, there's a large group of judges of varying ages, so we try to make sure that every genre works for the large group.
There's no biases, and the judges that we can tell you is Grant and I are the two judges of note that we can tell you, but past former filmmakers and stuff that we have access to will be judging as well. Okay, that being said, how to include it now. We have started a new award this semester. And before we get into this, we should say thank you to our sponsor, Christopher Ranch, right there. That's a box of garlic right here. Christopher Ranch, you can see it, everybody. Christopher Ranch has donated the cash, the big cash for the prizes, $1,000 for first place, $300 for second place, $200 for third place. As well as there's a B&H gift card for the team that incorporates the three elements the best. So you could win first place and maybe you're not the most creative in the usage of the elements. So there will be, or you could win first place and take that award as well. So it's open to whoever uses the prop, the name, and the line of dialogue the best. But don't, you're shooting for first place. Make the best film overall. The best film, the most interesting film is going to be the one that takes place. And it's always subjective, right? Like we always have, Grant and I fight each other usually over it, fist fight or whatever.
It comes down to fist fights sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. All right, we've talked for 5 minutes. Anything else we want to say? Tips or tricks, Grant?
No, I'm kind of curious what questions you have other than.
Well,
the three elements.
we'll say that for the end, or if there are any questions, okay, we'll give about 5 more minutes, but is there any questions in the room? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the room with us, on the other side. So more than just the people that are in the Zoom as well, but also note that if you didn't show up, you can watch this. Any questions? We've had a lot of people who've participated. We also can see a couple of the past winners as well are participating this year.
And losers.
All right, Trevor, let's not get cocky.
Second and third place is not losing. It's just.
Well, it's still, yeah, there's awards, and it's just a fun endeavor to take part on. We all know how much work filmmaking is, and that there's 72 hours is not a lot of time. If you're watching this and maybe it's your first time, just take in consideration. If it was me, I would sleep very little, and to get this done, because ultimately leave yourself enough time to edit and to export. Okay, hey, you don't even know. Jason knows how. Like, you hit render and it says 12 hours and you got 4 hours. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to figure that out. How are we gonna export this? And you're judged on. Okay, so here's the big thing I want to tell you too. You're judged on the version you submit, but if you win, and this is another award, if you win first place, you are the #1 confirmed Gavi Award winner. So you'll win a Gavi at our spring Gavlin Film Student
Film showcase.
That's too many names in my head. So what does that mean? That means that you are able to polish it a little bit better, because a bigger audience will see it for the film festival, but you're only being judged on what gets submitted by 6 p.m. Monday morning. The timing is important. So if you call me or Grant and say, oh, it's an hour later, I have a different version, good, submit it, but we're judging you off of the first version that you submitted. And if you didn't submit, you're not being judged, okay? So there's no exceptions to the rules at all.
You just said 6 a.m. Monday morning. Isn't it 6 p.m. Monday afternoon?
That's 6 p.m.
That's
on Monday.
Did I say a.m.? No.
Monday
Evening,
morning.
6 p.m. Sorry. Yeah.
I think.
Well,
I think.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think you have had too much coffee. There's a question here I wanted to answer. How many people can be in your group? There is no limit. Filmmaking is a collaborative process, and so if you had a dozen actors in your film plus a dozen crew people, there could easily be 24, 25. We did have a couple of films that were done by one person.
Second place last year was done by one person, and so there you go. In my opinion, if it was me, the bigger the group, the less prize money to share. And if you fail, the more failing there too. You don't necessarily do that. So I like the shotgun approach of littler teams all attempting to win. But
the other thing that I wanted to say is you will get a check for the group. You guys have to decide how it will be divvied up. That's not our job, you know, so you might figure that out ahead of time.
Yes.
Let me see other. No, we don't need to see anything else. We don't need to see scripts, just your final film.
Yeah. Okay. The question was like, what do we need to see? We're only looking at the link, and how can you submit it? You can send us any form of link. We're able to watch a YouTube private link as long as you give us the password. We're able to watch a Dropbox Drive, however you want to submit it. You could even come to Grant's house and give him a hard drive with it on it, if that's what you want to do, in order to be considered, or my house, before 6 p.m.
Yeah, so those of you who don't know, Grant Richards, my cell number is 408-710-4657. Feel free to text me. Don't call me late, but feel free to text me. And my email, I have 2 email addresses you can send it the link to. grant@garlic.com, or my college email, grichards@gavilan.edu. I'll put them all in the chat in just a minute.
And we'll post it under the video when it goes up on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
My phone number is 831-801-3766. That's my cell. Text me if you want. My personal email is tim.allen, AHLIN, as in Nancy, @gmail.com, or you can send me, my Gav email is tallen@gavilan.edu. But text is going to be the way that if you have an immediate question, if you submit, we're going to ask for the submissions to go to both of us. Basically, if you can prove the timestamp, you'll be judged. We're announcing the winners the following, a week from now. Are we going to do a viewing party like we did, Grant?
Yes.
So next Friday at 5 p.m., plan on being here at Gavilan. Not only will we watch all of the pieces, we'll announce the winners.
And we'll have some food and snacks.
We'll have a party like we did with the last film showcase up there, right? What are we going to do in here?
I don't know. It depends on how many people are going to say that they're going to come.
Oh, okay.
If we're going to have 25 or more,
The way we do it also, if you want to join on Zoom, we'll send out a Vimeo link and tell everyone to say watch, and then we'll all convene in like an hour, however long. Last time we got an hour's worth of films.
yeah,
So what's the length requirement, Grant?
none. There is no length requirement. It can be as long or as short, as long as you get the 3 elements in. The length is not part of.
If you could blow our minds with a perfect 5-second shot, you could win that way, right? I think Marty's piece last year was about 5 minutes. 11 minutes. It felt like 5 minutes. Maybe that's why it won. 11-minute winner. Second place was about 30 seconds. So it was an animated piece. And yeah, length, as long as it's good. I always say, like,
I will say that Tim is one of the judges, and Tim likes things tight. If there are shots that drag, if there is unneeded or unnecessary footage, in his mind, your film will be docked.
Yeah. Length only matters if it feels long. And if I'm watching something and I think, how much longer is this going? If I go to look to see how long the movie is, that's a bad sign. But if I'm engrossed and I'm like, oh wow, this hundreds of beavers flew by in a no problem. That's something to think about. So length, only matters if it's bad, right? So, and in 72 hours, you can tighten it up. If, you're not going to have a lot of time to edit. So basically do the best job you think. If you like it, then great.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's time to start.
Is it ready? Are we ready? Are we excited?
With the 3 elements.
Okay.
So we'll start with first the prop. And again, it has to do with the sponsor this year, Christopher Ranch.
We're going back to the first year. We actually had this prop for our first year's 72-hour.
The prop is garlic, a bowl of garlic. So
Christopher Ranch, American grown, California grown garlic. So incorporate garlic somehow into your piece. So garlic, any type of garlic can be used. So is it a clove? Is it a bulb? Is it a braid? No, garlic, it has to be involved somehow.
Has to be on screen,
On screen, the prop hat, you have to see garlic.
okay?
That's what I'm doing.
So the second,
Did you just get off water?
the garlic
Did you
is
just get off
supplied.
work?
All right.
Is it someone saying
I
to us?
think, no, I think someone's just not muted.
Okay,
Okay.
the garlic is supplied
Oh.
if you're here in the TV studio.
I can give you garlic right now, but you could go to any store
Okay.
and get the garlic. It's available for anyone. And if you want to message me and come by my house, I'll give you some garlic. Okay. If you need garlic,
Alright.
you could go anywhere and get garlic. Okay. It doesn't have to even be fresh garlic.
I know.
Well, by fresh garlic, I mean a bulb garlic. It could be cloves. It could be a braid. It could be any type of garlic. Okay. All right. Everybody's taking garlic. Okay. All right. Here we go. There's 10 pounds of garlic here in the studio. So, all right. Okay. Garlic. All right. We get it. Garlic. Thank you, Christopher Wrench, for
Yes.
sponsoring
Thank you.
our title sponsor this year and a really great sponsor.
Oh, the other
Christopher
thing-
Ranch also sponsors our Gabby Awards.
So Christopher Ranch is paying for the $1,000 first prize, the 300 second prize, the 200 third prize. I don't know if they are doing the B&H.
I don't think so.
Then I am sponsoring the B&H gift card for the best use of the prop. But the other thing that we didn't mention is that
Oh, dinner.
the 3 winners we are going to take to dinner. If you are one of the top 3 films, we want those teams to all join us for dinner. Last year we went to Brew City.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we had
and-
sushi the year before, which Grant didn't like because he doesn't like sushi.
that's all right.
But
It was Julia's fault, but
yeah, Julia.
but anyways,
Zoe!
Zoe's here. So okay, the second element
That-
is the line.
Yeah.
So
So the line of dialogue has to be included. We have to hear this line of dialogue in your film. And what's great is, what was it? We like to use famous lines from movies, right? Grant and I are film enthusiasts. So Grant,
you say it.
big, it's not Big Cash. Sorry. Like, that's my nickname. My nickname is Big Cash. This year we will be taking our inspiration from one of my favorite movies. Yeah, there's no dialogue in, unfortunately, there's no dialogue in Hundreds of Beavers, but no, we're drawing from the movie Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock. And the line will be coming from the great Norman Bates himself. We all go a little mad sometimes.
Everyone goes a little
Hmm?
everyone goes a little mad sometimes.
That's not it.
What is it?
We all go a little mad sometimes.
We all oops.
Sometimes. Also from Scream, because he says the exact same thing.
It is in Scream. I looked it up today. Now Grant made me doubt it, but I want to. We all go a little mad sometimes. That's the line from 1960 horror film Psycho. We all go a little mad sometimes. Norman Bates is talking there. Feel free to check out Psycho. Great film. Strong recommend. Read,
Okay.
read.
The last thing, I'll have to let you know that Tim and I have amazing spouses. Our wife, a lot of you've met our wives. They're incredibly patient and
Whoa, someone's like, screw this.
oh no, someone doesn't like my Diana. But anyways, Tim and I decided that we wanted, as a shout out to the lovely women in our lives, we're going to Rochambeau for
Which name?
Which name?
We don't know yet. So the names will either be Grant's wife's name or my wife's name based off of a game of chance right now. We're gonna do Rochambeau right now to decide, okay? Rochambeau and then throw, right?
Right.
Okay. Rochambeau.
Okay, Rochambeau and
He said 1, 2, 3. shoot
okay,
out,
then
5,
doesn't
6.
count then. Okay, let's go again.
Well, I won, but okay.
Wait, what? It's on three.
Rochambeau, shoot.
Oh, okay,
1, 2, 3.
Rochambeau, throw.
all right.
All
All right, so
So our name, since I won, our name, the name that you are required to include in some way is Jules. Jules, any spelling, doesn't matter how it spells, but she spells it Jules. But Jules
like Jules Verne or Jules from Pulp
Or-
Fiction.
or
or-
Julianne Allen, which is her name. Jules, yes. Questions, comments? We're still open for questions, but those are the three elements. You could start going. You don't have to hang around, but feel free to answer or ask questions. Nick?
Okay, trying to figure out. Does
Yes.
it have to be that name? Does it have to be the name of a person or can it be the name of something?
You dipped it.
It can be the name of something. So in Renan and Grady's winning piece, the name of their car was the name Ursula, which was the name we used that year. Yes.
So, Brendan asks, can we use Jules or Julianne?
Jules.
Jules is what the name we want. you to
I asked her, she wants Jules to be the name, not Julianne.
Not Julianne. Not that you can't use Julianne, but Jules is the name.
Jules has to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Do we have to use Jules as like a name, or can we just say like?
He just asked that.
It's the name of a character. Or a name of a thing. You could, it's movies, so, your
Jules
car
is the
could
name
be a
of- right, of
character
cars, yeah.
or, yeah. The name has to be represented. In the past, we've had references, people have said the name in dialogue, people have had it printed out and like, you could do a name tag, you
Yeah.
could, I'm not gonna spoil a bunch of things. It was on, I think the first year, Geo had it on a tombstone. Any other questions I
About the
think-
competition.
on the competition? We're going, we're making movies. Big cash.
Yes, you have to use all three, Grady, the prop, the line and the character's name.
I mean, they have to be included to be judged to win. How much you use them or how much you sneak them in is totally up to you. But if you want to win the special prize, the most creative inclusion of a garlic bulb, we all go a little mad sometimes, and the name Jules.
Yes, HD is best, so 2K, .mov, MPEG-4, any of those. Probably the easiest thing is to upload it to YouTube and share the link, but you can Dropbox it to me or Google Drive.
For those who stuck around, we are old and we love, movies in the right movie aspect ratio. So landscape, just in case,
You will lose points.
Well, I don't know. If it's amazing, but it's shot in portrait mode, I don't know.
So don't do portrait.
Sideways. We want to project it and we love movies. And so the judges may be influenced, but not necessarily. We don't want to hold you to it. They're grabbing garlic here. Yes, Noah has a question. They can be referred to. They don't have to show up on screen. Marty's, I believe, won because your DJ was Geronimo, right? Well, but it was the voice on the right. Yeah. So it can be a reference to the character. It can be said in dialogue. It can just be something printed out. If we watch it and we don't see it, we'll ask you where it is. What?
The framing changed.
Yeah, they were messing around with it, I think.
Oh. Any other questions? No. No borrowed equipment from,
It's because I think this thing is cutting our heads off. Okay.
I've been telling my students here at the high school that they can check in to borrow cameras. Is that out of the question?
That's good. That's
yeah,
fine with you, Rob.
Rob, you're not judging, so you are not part of this.
Oh.
And I'm hoping that you are open to other people if they want to edit there. Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
do edit. So if you need a faster computer with software, I would reach out to Rob, who teaches at Hollister High School and has editing room. If you want to use, but you have to schedule it around him. So
Yeah,
it's
same with Gavlin. You could reach out to Geronimo and try to get access to the computers here on Monday. But you know, that kind of limits your amount of time that you have access on campus.
the thing that Tim or I will not lend equipment, because that we are both judges for sure, and we don't want to give any advantage to anyone. So
Can I enter one myself since I'm not judging?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
all right. Any other questions about the project, or anything at all? All right, well, you get an extra 34 minutes to brainstorm
We
and
expect it to be 34 minutes better now, so. All right. Feel free to stay on Zoom, but we're basically gonna stop the recording now. If you want to ask your question where no one else is listening, that's fine. Let's stop the record now. Good luck, everybody. And if you're watching this, feel free to reach out to Grant or I for questions or clarification if you weren't here. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.